Hello! With the game still less than a year old and with so many quality of life additions, the game feels really fun to play. However, there's still room for more quality of life that could be made to make it even better, and other things that the game could improve upon. So here is my little wish list for improvements and additions to the game. This patch is missing the Elusive Realm, and whenever it's gone from the game, that's when I notice how much I miss this game feature, since it's so fun to play. The Elusive Realm Lite, as I kind of call it, that shows up as a weekly event, is kind of okay, but I do hope it doesn't replace the longer version of the Elusive Realm that has been previously available. Speaking of the weekly version of the Elusive Realm, it would be great if there was a claim all button for the rewards, instead of having to claim one at a time. There is a claim all button in the Battle Pass, so why not in all the other places where more than one reward can be claimed at once? Such as the Simularca event that is going on right now, the speedrun co-op event, and other events too. Same goes for claiming daily rewards. It would be great if there was a way to add a key binding for keyboards to have a toggle button to turn on and off the immersive mode more easily instead of having to go via the menu all the time. At least I don't know how to do it in any other way than go via the menu. The Archive of Melodies feature is very nice, and it can be used as a jukebox where I can put it on and play the music in the background when doing something else near my gaming computer. But having to scroll among the melodies to find the ones I want to play is kind of cumbersome. What would be even more great with this feature would be to have a playlist that I can load my favorite melodies of the 87 total melodies that are currently available. Also, it would be nice if the range of the music could have a wider radius, since I can barely step away from the Archive of Melodies character in the game before the background music from it fades away. When tuning echoes, I need to go to a separate view. Why cannot the leveling up of echoes be on the same view as tuning the echoes? So I don't have to go back and forth between the leveling view and the tuning view of the echoes. It honestly took me a while to understand how tuning worked when I first began playing the game, just because the two different views confused me in the beginning. Another echo topic: when doing data merges, it would be great to be able to select multiple echoes at once by just dragging over the echoes instead of having to pick one by one, especially if I want to badge merge 100 echoes at once, but still want to kind of pick out the echoes I'm interested in data merging. Same goes for weapons. To be able to drag over the weapons in multiples when I still want to choose which weapons I want to use for the level up material, instead of having to pick the weapons one by one. When doing holograms, it's so annoying that I have to go and find some overworld enemies to fight in order to get all my characters' bursts ready before I go into the hologram challenges. It would be great if all the holograms could start automatically with their bursts up for all characters. It is automatically done in Tower of Adversity, so why not the holograms? Have a continue button for the explanation screens with white text and black background within the stories, since when the continue button go missing, I have rarely enough time to finish reading the text before it disappears. It would be great if the dialogues in the stories are proofread, so that unnecessary bugs won't break the immersion in the stories. I I have enjoyed the puzzles in the game, but some puzzles are a bit too easy. It would be great if there could be a toggle button within the game view, in which it would be possible to change the difficulty of each puzzle, such as an easy, normal, and hard mode. I get it that story bosses are fun when it is challenging, but if I am not able to clear it, and if the prerequisite to continue the story is to defeat the story boss, then it won't be as immersive if I keep failing to defeat the boss multiple times. It would be nice if there was a toggle button here as well, so I can decide if I want to defeat the story boss on easy, normal or hard mode. Especially since I mainly focus on exploration, puzzles and story within the game. As for combat, I mostly do whatever combat my current skill permits, which I can enjoy, and leave other combat challenges that are too hard to clear for me for a rainy day. There are days where I feel like trying to push my skill boundaries and improve my skill at combat a little further. I recently went into co-op mode and I keep forgetting that weekly bosses do not have any co-op mode. It would be really fun if that could be added to the game. Speaking of features, I do love the new fishing feature that was added in the fishing event, and I hope that it could be added as a permanent feature. I like that there are markers that I can place on the map, but I also wish that a custom text could be added for these markers, so that I can remind myself why I put down a marker in the first place. The Overlord class bosses currently have a cooldown of 2 minutes, and I do wish that the cooldown for these bosses could be reduced. With flight having been a thing now since version 2.0, it really becomes apparent when going to the older regions that I wish flight could be added there as well. I keep trying to fly there and get reminded that I can't fly when I'm in the older regions, which feels a bit frustrating. I also wish there could be more male characters added to the game, after having only seen Brant being the new male character coming to the game since the free male character Yang Liao. There are so few 5-star male characters, and I hope there will be a better ratio between male and female characters in the future. I'm super excited for Brant, and I have been saving up enough to get that character, and I'm hoping to get his signature weapon as well. Well, this was my 2 cents. Thanks for hearing me out. Bye bye.